We're at the house now, and Jared and Daddy are going to start talking a little bit here. Okay.
Hi, Daddy.
Sit down, Daddy.
Siéntese. Quiero decirles, o decirle, su casamiento. ¿Está bueno?
A ver, nos explique how you met Mother, Daddy. Why don't you tell me how you met Mother 50 years ago?
50 years ago.
Well,
What city were you in?
I was in Brownsville. The boys are going to hear that too?
Who?
The camera?
Yes.
Boys too?
Yes.
I was living across the street where she lives.
Who?
She used to live across where I used to live with this friend of mine. And well, she was young and good looking, and 2 or 3 guys from the same relatives to the people that I used to live, they like her too. And I see him every evening and make a sign of sign head, making like this. And I just watch him. I never put attention to her because I never put attention to her very much till when I see these guys doing that.
Make you jealous?
I kind of, yeah, well, I'm gonna try to do something. And
So what did you do?
Well, I've been watching her to go out downtown. And she went out with one of her niece, and this special afternoon, I followed her to downtown, and she didn't want to talk to me. Well, she's very shy all the time. She bent her head down, and I've been after her. She went to the 10-cent store, and I followed her, wait for her on the door outside, and when she went next 10-cent store, I followed again. I told her that I had something to tell her, to call attention to. She listened to me. Maybe this time she really thought I was going to tell her something. You know, I was going to tell her that she was good looking and I like her. I'd like to talk to her, and she was not very interested on people, I guess, on men, on friends. I don't know. Anyway, I put a date with her.
¿A dónde fueron? Where did you go for your first date?
First date, I met her in a theater. And she was scared of her brothers and sisters, brothers more. And I waited for her on that theater that time, and I was in first and looking when she comes. And when she get in there, it make me laugh because she passed away when I could sit close to her. When I put my arms around her and kiss her, she passed away. I get scared. I thought she died or something. I get scared because he was like, and after a while, well, we get out. And I told her that I was going to meet her next time, and she said, "Oh no, I don't know. Well, you know where I work." She never talked too much. I was the one that do the talking all the time. And this time I was waiting for her till she get out of work. There was a lot of trees across the street first. First. And I was waiting for her, look to the trees, waiting for her the time, and then her mother came over. Maybe she was suspicious I was in love with her. And then her mother, when I saw her mother get over, see me, she saw me where I was there. Because I was looking one way and her mother came the other way. So she saw me and I get embarrassed. And she went straight to wait for her where she works. And I missed that date. And we had hard time to talk on each other. And
how many years was it, Daddy?
I think when about 2.
How many years was it before, from the time you met her?
Till we get married?
Yes.
Probably 2 years.
Okay.
More or less about 2 years.
Okay. Where did you get married at? ¿Dónde?
Is that thing working?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's working, eh?
Yeah.
Then vale más no decir lo demás.
¿Por qué?
Porque va a salir ahí después. Yo
What?
¿Qué importa?
estaba viviendo con una mujer por 5 años. Ella tenía un upholstery job donde de precio me daba dinero y se enojó con Luisa. They met on the bus, but the bus driver was my friend, and this lady attacked Luisa and told her a lot of things that she told with me she was going to do something with her. And the bus driver stopped the bus and went to the lady, told her better don't say anything because Luisa was a young girl and she never talked with anybody, and the other lady was pretty well known. And then she didn't tell Luisa anything else. Then the bus driver went to tell me what had happened. And I keep, well, I was going to get married sometime, you know, with I had in my mind all the time to marry somebody that was not, never have been married before. But the trouble was that was not too much activity on the church in those days where we lived that I can meet girls.
Were you already a member of the church?
Oh yeah, I was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that's when I was about 20 years old.
Oh, okay.
Why did you marry Mother? Because she had never been married before?
Was the only girl that I noticed that never have been dated with anybody else. I want to be the first man to go with the girl that I like. And it was not nobody else. She's the only one that. Besides, she was good looking. This was the important thing to me. Her parents, well, they were not very well educated. They were very good people, but not educated to educate their kids. Just good people. And I thought, well, this is the best person that I can find to get married. And the first thing I thought, if I didn't like it for any reason, I get divorced her. It's the first thing I had in mind, but it's not very easy after you begin to have family.
Daddy, what were you doing when Emma was born?
With who?
When Emma was born, what were you doing?
What I was doing?
What were you working at?
I was a carpenter.
Oh.
But in these days, was almost next to the Second War. Was not much job, and then I didn't make enough new farmers to start it. They let in some money to buy implements, and that's when I went to farm,
Okay.
to plant cotton and tomatoes and all that.
And what were you doing when Della was born? You remember?
When Emma was about a year old, we moved to plant the farm, and I think was there when Della was born. In
Okay.
the farm. It was
Okay.
about 5 miles out of Brownsville. And
Did Mother go to the hospital?
no. They didn't have any. We don't have any money. The poor people never take women to the hospital to have a baby because it costs too much money. No, for 5 of the kids, we don't want to the hospital.
Who delivered him?
They live in the house.
The house?
We always go and get lady, especially that. I don't know how they call him in English.
Okay.
But
A
lady.
housemaid.
There's no man like here. Right now they go to college here. Men go to college to deliver babies. And in those days over there, it had to be lady.
Okay.
Expert on delivering the kids.
Okay, how about Emily? What were you doing when Emily was born?
Emily was born the same way.
Same way?
Emily,
but where were you? In Bronzeville?
I was in Brownsville, yeah. All this,
Okay. You were doing the same thing?
No, but then I was carpentering.
Oh, okay.
Because after the war, the government opened a lot of good jobs. And beside that, at that time, I was not American citizen. And the government had the better jobs, the best jobs.
Yeah.
And when the government opened good jobs, I went to the shipyards, make application for work, but they told me that as far as I was not citizen, they don't allowed to hire me there. I was there when I made my application, my first papers to become a citizen. And then I
What year was that, Daddy? Do you remember?
Oh, not remember.
But it was before.
Was 40.
Was after Emily was born?
45, 46, I guess.
Oh, okay. It was before when I was born.
No, when you was born, I was.
Because that was 45.
I was active on the carpenters.
But you're already American citizen.
No, but I was allowed to work with the government with the first papers.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I didn't have any trouble to go into good jobs after I got my first application for citizenship. Yeah.
Okay. How about Irma? When Irma was born, what were you doing?
Irma was born in Brownsville too.
You were doing the same thing, carpentry?
Well, yeah, I was a carpenter for many years.
Okay.
The only thing I was not very active when Emma and Della born. I was not very active as a carpenter. I just worked with this company for 14 years, and they put me, the contractors liked me very much, and they put me to do everything for them. I used to be the main guy. I stayed with them for 14 years. I used to handle every machine they got, sand floors and mixer of concrete mixers, and I used to drive the cars. They had two Model Ts. They had two Model Ts, and I used to carry the lumber to the company on each side of the car, tied with ropes. And after the war, they bought the first Model A truck, and I used to do everything for them.
What about when Jared was born?
Well, Jared was born in Fresno.
Okay, well, all right. After I was born, how many years after I was born did you decide to come to Fresno? Remember?
It was about 5 years more or less.
So it's
5
5
or 6
years.
years.
Okay.
When I came in 1948 over here.
No. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
And why did you want to come to Fresno? Did you want to come to Fresno, or were there some place?
Well, the mission president used to go and have conference over there, and he bought a big portion of land over here out of Fresno, and he wants to make a big chapel and get all the members he got from Texas to buy lots 10 miles from here where Carrillo used to live.
Oh.
And when we came over, I was the first one that, well, all the other, he brought something from Chihuahua, about 3 guys from Texas, from New Mexico, and they all live in Fresno, and they bought lots and come to get my work in the carpenters and go and pick them up.
Okay.
On the evening.
What company did you work the most with as a carpenter?
In Fresno?
Yes.
Well, the most company I worked 6 years with, what they call Bonadelli. I worked when he started building houses, the first 5 houses out of Fresno. But I told him that I was not a farmer man. I was a carpenter, so I had to live in the city.
Yeah.
At that time, I was consular to the branch president, and they didn't like me because he didn't like me for that, because I was against his will to buy lots outside Fresno. And well, he released me right there when I told him that.
Well, how about when, okay, you came to Fresno, and then when Jared was born, you were already, what were you doing then?
I was carpenting. I was carpenting, but then, and on vacation, I had time to take him to pick grapes.
Okay.
I used to leave him in the morning. Now he built by hundreds. So I worked 6 years with that guy.
That was the longest?
It was the longest, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember how much money you used to make?
No.
Was that the best time money-wise?
Well, I started to make $4 an hour.
But was that the best money you've ever made?
No, when I retired, I was making $8.
You weren't working steady, though.
14 years, yeah?
You weren't working steady.
What?
Were you working steady? Working all the time?
No, I never get job steady. I never liked to work steady. I had a lot of opportunities to work a steady job. I want to, because I like the way I used to do as construction, because I worked part-time and then had a lot of time off so I can do the things I want to do.
Okay, why did you, one last question because it's getting long. When Lila was born, did you think she would be the last one? When Lila was born, did you think you might have more kids after Lila?
No, when Lila was born, the doctors told me, they called me and told me that my wife was very ill, because she was, because when I married her, she was very ill. She was anemic. Anemic. But my sister was kind of a nurse in Mexico, in Monterrey, and she liked it very much, and she put a lot of shots and tonics like vitamins. She get well. But with so many kids, the doctors told me that I had to do something, because she was not able to have any more kids.
Oh, okay.
And then we decided to not have any more kids.
Okay. Well, after all these years of having 8 kids, would you have done it different? Ahora, ya ha tenido, Nero?
O si tenía otra oportunidad.
Would you have had so many kids if you had the opportunity to do it again? If you had the opportunity to do it all over again, would you have had Would you have as many kids?
Oh, I had more than that.
Okay.
I had more kids than that, because well, I think I know how to have good kids. You guys know all my sisters. They're very good girls, good family, because my father's family was bigger than mine. And you see, he had a good family. So I think I raised better kids than he does. And now that I see the love and the unity exist between us, I have some more kids, because I know how to take care of them. I was kind of strict because I didn't know better, but I know how to do better now.
Who was the toughest one, Daddy?
Huh?
Who was the toughest kid? ¿Cuál era el más difícil para criar?
I'm sorry. El más que me dio más trabajo fue Jared.
Ay.
Jared and Diana. They, well, I think I was tough too. That's probably.
Diane and Jared.
Because my wife, she's very good, you know, very humble.
Now, today, who gives you the most trouble?
Today?
Today. Todavía.
I don't have any trouble.
You have no trouble with any of your children
today? Not anymore. I don't put much, how can I say?
Attention.
I don't have any trouble, because I don't give chance to trouble. Because I know they are big enough. If they make mistakes, I didn't teach them that.